Welcome everyone. This is Divine Dialogues, Intuitives Unveiled. I am Tracy Bango from Angels on the Prairie.
And I'm Rhonda Sean with Divine Guidance with Rhonda. And we're members of the Angel Empowerment Wellness Center. In our podcast, we're going to be delving into topics such as intuition, angelic connections, and the spiritual realm.
We're also going to talk about our own personal experiences to help you understand your own intuitive abilities. Thanks for joining us.
And let's begin.
Well, everybody, this week's podcast, we're going to talk about self-love. And people are going to go, what do you mean, self-love? What's self-love? What's that about? Well, it kind of is a little bit exactly what it is, about learning to love yourself, learning to trust yourself a little bit more than you really do. You know, and one of the biggest things I find in doing readings for people, whether it's a card reading or even mediumship, is the first thing always tell me is to tell people to be kinder to themselves when they look in the mirror. Like, you know, we're so hard on ourselves. We find every little blemish. You know, you don't like the hair color. You don't like the eyebrows. You don't like how, you know, you just don't like the wrinkles. You're always find the negative in yourself. Self-love is start looking for the positives. Start to be kinder to yourself. You know, it's all about looking after ourselves. Right, Rhonda? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, it is. And also, usually it's kind of at the root of stuff that it's an undeservingness piece that often creates the blocks and the fears from moving forward. So once we kind of get in alignment with ourselves, we have so much to give to others.
Well, and that's the truth. Like, I mean, people don't realize how much you really have to offer other people because you're so not nice to yourself that you don't think anything is important. But really, that is untrue. You know, so I think like today, I believe Rhonda and I, we're going to call in Archangel Jophiel to come and help us with this and to help teach people a little bit more about self-love. So just for information, like Archangel Jophiel, she shows herself to me in female form. And I see her also in pink, like the pinks, right? And she is what we call the love angel. Like, I mean, she's so much more, but she is all about love, self-love. Right, Rhonda? Like, I'll let you explain some more too. There's lots to her.
Yes, she's very all-encompassing, especially around love. Is so just think of it as like a vibrational match, like who you're drawing in, who you're doing anything around. And a lot of times we meet the people that we're kind of on that same alignment with. So if you tend to be negative, you tend to draw in negative people. If you're positive, you tend to draw in positive. So when you can start to kind of examine yourself and where you are at with the self-love, it's just kind of going, what kind of energy am I bringing to others?
And it is not the truth. Yeah, like it is. You know, and she is, like, we're just going to talk a little bit about, like, really what she's about. And she helps you also to embrace. So what divine calls divine perfection is how they see all of us as divine perfection. And they would like us to see ourselves that way also. So, and she works with also opening your heart to receive love in all different aspects, whether it's, you know, like people say, in many different kind of abundances and prosperity and love. So she's one that really likes to enhance what you already do. You know, like for instance, well, we're talking about self-love, so really to expand how you feel of yourself and increase the love that you have for yourself and others.
Yeah. Like I know for myself, like the self-love piece was a huge thing for me that I had to overcome. Still work in progress. That's just
Is not the
human,
truth?
right? But once it was starting to kind of look and kind of delve deep into it, because I thought I did love myself, I really did. But when I started doing some exploration and examinations of it, like I was a people pleaser. And that's usually one of your signs. It's like you're shape shifting into trying to please people just to get that acceptance. And you start doing things and saying yes when you want to say no. So that's kind of where that also self-love part comes in, is setting boundaries with yourself, with other people. And because line that really resonated with me was, we teach people how to treat us, and that's including yourself.
Right? Right? And that's what Jophiel does. Like she helps us to learn to accept not only ourselves but others and how they are, and also to help stop judgment. Like she's also big on working on your heart chakra so that it's almost like she has a key and she turns it and open it so that you let more love in. Because, like Rhonda says, the more love you receive, which is the more positive, then more positive happens to you because she wants you to release like your negatives that no longer serve you. Let some stuff go that's not for your greater good anymore.
Right. And it doesn't mean that it didn't serve, those thoughts and feelings may have served you for that moment in time, because it is natural to sometimes need to protect ourselves.
Oh, for sure.
But when you realize that it's starting to become a hindrance, is that's when you need to release it, and that will bring in new stuff and new energy to kind of coming in for you with it.
Yeah. And it's like, when you're looking for a relationship and you wonder why is nothing happening? I'm not finding anybody. Like, what's going on? Or it's the same type of person all the time. Like, why am I getting these same type of people attracting me? So that's a little bit about self work and self love, to think about what your thought process is. And like Rhonda says, maybe at that time it did work for you, but now it no longer serves you. So let it go. Like start seeing what you put out there, like what your attraction is. Because if you put out that, you don't want anybody that does this or this or this, well, you're putting out your negativity, and you want to put out positivity. And, the more positive you are, you know that will attract the same type, because remember, the like attracts like. So remember to keep your thoughts positive. If you're looking for a specific person, I always tell people, write it down, write what you're looking for, stay in the positive, and put that out, what you are looking for, and then trust it's going to happen. Let it go. Because the more you worry creates blots. Okay, so we want to keep you in the positive so that things happen. And it's right, like the same with work, right, Rhonda? It just doesn't, it's many different things to stay in the positive. And I know we understand it's harder, it's easier said than done.
Yep. Yes, it is. And it's just having that mindset. Like, if you go back and listen to between what a scarcity mindset and abundant mindset is that's how you kind of evaluate. It's like kind of looking for yourself within. is, do you have a scarcity mindset or do you have abundant mindset? A scarcity one is, if I give you a compliment on your dress or shirt or whatever, you know, are you in that mode? It's like, oh, thank you, and not even expecting, oh, well, you look nice, or in reciprocation, but also said, oh, this whole thing, oh, I had this for like 12 years.
right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just as easy to say thanks, right? And that brings us to kind of about a balance of giving and receiving, right? Because you want to keep that balance in self of giving and receiving. So it's like a scale, right? So you want to try to keep that level, so if you're giving too much of yourself but not accepting in return, it puts you off, right? So, and it's as simple as saying thank you is receiving. And it's saying, if somebody offers to bake those cookies or to do something, take the kids to the practice or whatever, it's just say, oh, that's awesome, thank you. Let them do it.
Yeah. Well, saying that, I usually tell a lot of my clients to shift the thinking a little bit, as I said, it's actually selfless to be selfish. And what I mean by that is, it's kind of going back to that airplane, putting that mask on first. You're no use to everybody if you don't have that mask on first for people. So just even, and it really takes such little time to have your cup filled up to for it to start pouring out of others. Like if you think about it, if you just even give yourself 5 minutes alone with no music, no, like just silence, and how much better you feel after the fact.
Oh, for sure. That's part of self-love, self-care, right? Is looking after self first without guilt, right? Like the better you are, the better you are for others, right?
Yeah. So what I would encourage people to do for this week is jot down a list of things that you love to do, love about yourself. Where do you have to work? Like just start making that list and just, start with 5 things. 5 things that you like about yourself, I should say, that you love about yourself. And then if you're actually having trouble, it's like, oh, it's hard to come up with those 5 things. Then that there's some work to be done, and be willing and opening up to asking those questions. Why is there a block around that? And ask Jophiel to send you some guidance around that area.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's actually a great exercise. Like sometimes we're kind of, and if you can do five so easy, well, see if you can get another five.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just because you get five, you can add five more,
Yeah,
right?
then you have to stop. That's for sure.
No, no, it's a great thing to learn. Honestly, it's more about learning about yourself. Sometimes we don't stop and really think about us because we're so busy in daily lives. So, absolutely, that's a great thing to do. And I want to just mention too, like if you're into crystals, like we're gonna talk about her crystals. Her biggest one that we talk about is rose quartz. It's pink. It's a love. We call that the love stone for sure. But what else would you use? Do you have other than the rose? Because that is kind of the main one, right?
It is the main one, but I like using amethyst and also clear quartz.
Okay, well, I've some of the other ones that I know people use are like ruby and zoisite, rainbow moonstone, even carnelian. But you know, again, like we always say, it's all about what works for you, right? Like whatever is the best for you, like you find you're attracted to,
Yeah.
you know. So I believe we're going to pull a card for
Yes,
this week. Do you want to pull one, Rhonda?
I will. And we're going to use the relationship deck. And the message is for self, since that's what we're talking about. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So it says, stay positive about your love life. Now, again, this is about yourself here. Okay. So what they're saying here is be in the positive, like kind of what we're talking about. Well, how are you speaking to yourself? How do you need to heal? So we were kind of talking about crystals, and the crystal kind of around this that's being guided is like the honey calcite crystal. And the message around it is, sorry, I'm going to be reading. I really don't normally read around this, but it's like I help balance emotions by removing negativity and dissolving problems that stand in the way of achieving my highest potential.
Oh, that's like perfect for self-love, right?
Yes. So they're saying here is kind of knowing that things will happen for you. And then you might want to get a pen and pencil down or go to our webs or our YouTube page where I'll post the picture. I'm going to read the affirmation for you. And it says, I own the positive state in my vibration and outlook now.
Well, perfect.
So,
All right.
all right.
Well, I hope you got some more info that'll help you about self-love. And we appreciate you listening. And there'll be all about more information about both of us in the show notes.
Have a great week, everybody.
Yeah. See you next week. Well,
Bye.
see ya.
Thank you for listening to Divine Dialogues, Intuitives Unveiled. If you would like to work with Tracy and Rhonda, our information is posted in the show notes.
Now, our new episodes are going to fall on Tuesdays. So if you're interested in receiving a free meditation on connecting to your guardian angels, click that link below to subscribe to the Angel Empowerment Wellness Center newsletter. Thanks for joining us.
Take care, everybody.